Hey Scorpios, welcome to your weekly forecast for October 7th through the 13th. We're going to connect here and see what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have our lovely little, I guess semi-Halloweeny, our October theme here. We're going to see what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keep in mind we've got a full moon coming up this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Here's your Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is when we're going to be in that full moon energy. But Scorpios, a lot of us Scorpios are very sensitive to moon energy. So you may be feeling that energy well before the weekend even comes in. But we're going to see what's coming up. And so we have the Fool coming up Monday, Tuesday for our lovely Scorpio friends. The Fool is a major arcana card, guys. So for those of you who don't know, major arcana cards come up when we're at a really significant crossroads or we're about to embark on some pretty big journey. A lot of the times in my experience, when the Fool card comes up, we're feeling led or called to do something that's not making a whole lot of sense to the people around us. In fact, the people around us might think that we've kind of maybe lost it. Or they might kind of think that, we're kind of going down a path that's going to be a waste of time, or they're not understanding it. And for some reason, you feel very called to go in that direction. So because this is a general reading, it's going to hit us in different ways. Some of you might be taking a leap of faith in terms of your career. You may be taking some pretty big steps. You may be embarking on some kind of a career change. You might be planning on moving, relocating somewhere else. Some of you might just be really kind of embarking on creative endeavors. I'm feeling a lot of creative energy around this card for some reason, Scorpio. So I think some of you are more like, hey, I've always wanted to, try stand-up comedy, or I've always wanted to, try painting, or whatever it might be. You might be going down a path that your friends and family might not really understand why you're doing this or why you're going in this direction. Meanwhile, you're going in this direction because Spirit is guiding you to some new experiences with some new people. There's a sense of serendipity that's coming up around it. So sometimes it's not necessarily what we're doing, but it's more so what we're doing in terms of where we're being led or where we're being guided. So I kind of call this like the breadcrumbs on the trail. Like you're being led to something that you feel like is going to bring your heart joy and satisfaction. And you might not think it really has anything to do more than, oh, this is going to be fun or this is going to be an adventure. But Spirit is calling you to a certain place, a certain project, a certain thing for a certain reason. So these little adventuresome ideas that you're getting, or these, oh, this would be fun or that would be fun, you're actually being led to the right people, places, and things. It's kind of like I said, the little breadcrumbs on the path for you to follow. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some bigger energies coming up as we progress into the rest of the reading. But the Fool card does say, Scorpio, like you're just kind of done worrying about what other people are going to think. And the cool thing about the Fool card, this Aries full moon is going to be bringing some people into like some angst and frustration where they're just like, you know what, the heck with it. I don't even care anymore. I'm so over everybody else. And they might be taking these leaps and these changes through like anger or frustration. But the Fool card is not somebody who's leaping out of anger. The Fool card is somebody who's leaping out of joy and excitement. And like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. All right, this might sound crazy, but here it goes. So I feel Scorpio, at least in the beginning of the week, we'll see what's coming up in the cards as we get closer to the full moon. There doesn't seem to be an element of anger. There doesn't seem to be an element of frustration. In fact, in my experience, when the Fool card comes up, there's a lot of faith that comes with it. Like you just have this faith or this inner knowing that it's time to go down a new path, or it's time to kind of embark on a new journey. So it's really great to see that there doesn't seem to be frustration that's coming in with this leap. Oh my goodness. And here we have 5 of Swords. I spoke too soon. Amethyst spoke too soon. 5 of Swords does not have to be a fight or an argument. However, 5 of Swords does let us know if you're not cautious or if you're not careful, you could end up having a big fight that comes out of a very small situation. Like a little tiny thing escalates, it becomes this really big, huge deal. And you find yourself all of a sudden burning bridges or like never wanting to talk to somebody again. So I feel like what's happening, Scorpio, as you're kind of embarking on this new way of going or what you're wanting to do, you might have some pushback coming in from friends or family. It may be frustrating for you. It may be annoying for you. But all in all, it's like don't let it pull you into drama or turn into a big argument or a big fight. Sometimes when I see 5 of Swords, something is happening where we're feeling very triggered. So you may have somebody that shares an opinion with you and says, hey, I don't think this leap of faith you're taking is a great idea. Instead of internalizing it and be like, oh my goodness, nobody ever believes in me. Nobody's ever supportive of me. They think I don't know how to do anything. They don't believe that I have any talents or intelligence or whatever. Don't go getting all offended. Understand something. They're going to come at you with their view of the world, right? They're going to project onto you what they feel about themselves. So don't let it burst your bubble. You have so much positivity, so much optimism, so much faith for yourself in the beginning of the week. And if somebody in the midweek is sharing an opinion about it or a concern about it, don't take that to mean, oh, well, then I can't do this because other people don't think I'm going to be successful. Or don't get pulled into fighting that you never believe in me or you never support me. Stay in that joy that you have in the beginning of the week. 5 of Swords basically says that there's an argument here that can be avoided, right? If we can kind of look and see, okay, why am I upset? What is it that's triggering me? And we can maybe deal with those emotions and those feelings. So I think a lot of this is because of the full moon energy. Like I said, that Aries full moon energy is making some people feel jealous or envious. Or very angry or having a feeling of angst. And it could be that the people who are discouraging you, maybe they are jealous or envious of you because they see in this beginning part of the week that you have some kind of joy, some kind of adventure, something that you're going to be going towards and you have the courage to do it. They may be very envious of that. So they may just kind of out of instinct just kind of, rain on your parade or say something catty or discourage you or say it's a bad idea. But just kind of say, oh, well, I kind of feel bad for that person because that shows that they're in a limited thinking and they think very limited about themselves. Don't feel like you've got to take that on or that you need to be offended by it. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Scorpio. Oh, it's the King of Pentacles. I love the King of Pentacles. I love the King of Pentacles simply because it's a very sentimental card for me. It's the first card I ever pulled for myself, the first time I ever touched a deck of cards. And it's really very fitting. And so for that reason, it has a special meaning for me as a reader. We all know King of Pentacles, okay, Earth sign, masculine energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, finances, financial opportunities. Yes, all of that implies. But because of the way the King of Pentacles showed up for me the first time I ever encountered the cards and the way he has shown up for me in my readings in the years since for clients, I find he shows up when there's a really big opportunity or a really big change coming in that's going to lead to abundance and security, where you're very tempted to push it away. You're very tempted to say to yourself, oh, well, this sounds great and all, but I don't think I'm ready for it. Or this sounds great and all, but I don't think I can pull it off. And you might be very tempted to say no or to give up on it. And King of Pentacles wants you to know that if you weren't ready for it wouldn't be here now. It's here now because you're ready for it. So as we're coming into the full moon, Even though the full moon is a time to release, Scorpio, I feel like a big part of your release for a lot of you is going to be that you're accepting something. Because by accepting this opportunity or accepting this new path, you're releasing fear. You're releasing limited thinking. You're releasing the worry of what other people think about your new path or your new decisions. So I would really, really say for those of you where you just really feel like, man, I really don't think there's like any end in sight, you know, I want you to maybe take this a time when I say no end in sight, like maybe you feel like, oh, I can't imagine there ever being a King of Pentacles moment for me, or I can't imagine ever being able to take this leap of faith and have this moment where, you know, people would even be like, oh, hey, what are you doing? Like I can't imagine ever taking action or having opportunity. If you're watching this video saying, man, it sounds wonderful, but it doesn't resonate, and I wish so much that it could, it still resonates in the way that Spirit is telling you this is possible for you. This is the energy that's coming in for a lot of Scorpios at this time. So what you should do, maybe it's not a bad idea to do like a full moon cleansing bath. If you're able to do that, that might be a good thing for you to do. If you can put some sea salt, a few handfuls of sea salt in some warm bath water, or if you don't have a bathtub, maybe you can get like a sea salt scrub and wash yourself down. But whatever the case, my darlings, it's going to be a good thing for you to do a release. So what I want you to do if you're feeling really stuck, I want you to write down all of the reasons why you feel like there are no opportunities coming into your life. All of the reasons why you believe that you don't have abundance or that you can't have abundance. All of the reasons why you think it's impossible that these things could change. And then what I want you to do is write down the opposite positive of whatever you wrote down. Like look at all of the reasons why you told yourself it's impossible, and I want you to write it back like in a positive way, right? Like if you write down it's impossible because I'm stupid, then you would write down it's possible because I'm an intelligent person. You write down the opposite, you know, positive. And then on the full moon, release the negative ones or the reasons why. Say, I no longer believe, and just read it out loud and tear it up and throw it away or put it through a paper shredder or whatever you want to do with it. But on the full moon, release it. You know, maybe kind of like light a candle, read it out loud and say, here are the things that I no longer believe about myself. Here are the things that I'm giving over to my higher power, to my guardian angels to remove these beliefs from me. These are the beliefs I'm no longer choosing to accept. And just read it out loud and be done with it. And then your positive thing that you wrote down, that's going to become your affirmation. If you want to wait until the new moon to start reading it out loud, you can do that. But I would just say go ahead and start now. You know, does you make it your affirmation for every single day and read that out loud so that you can begin shifting that energy. Okay? We're going to go ahead and see what's coming up for you with your guidance here. Your spirit message for the week. And you have fog, veiled. So this could mean, my darlings, it's so funny because we got the fog card as we have this mist blowing over into our reading today. But we're going to see what this fog card is. So there could be something that's being shielded or hidden from you. And you may sense this and you may feel this. Some of you are feeling as though you've been in a mental fog for a while, or you felt like something was very close, but you haven't been able to really see what it is, or you haven't been exactly able to figure it out. So this could be that the light is coming in and piercing through that fog, that you're going to have some clarity coming in, or the things that are blocking you from seeing it are going to be released in this full moon energy. I'm going to go ahead and encourage you guys, as I always do, to take a look at the picture, pause if you need to, take a screenshot if you need to, and see what's jumping out at you and what it means to you. You know, there's a whole lot of yellow in here, so this automatically makes me think of the solar plexus chakra and connecting with like who you are, what your identity is, you know, really connecting with that, removing any labels that have been put upon you. But I'm going to go ahead and read what it says here in the book. It says fog is simply a low cloud, a blanket of water crystals that hasn't gained the density of raindrops. The thicker it is, the more it shrouds us in its damp and billowy arms. It can be so thick that it makes it nearly impossible to see directly in front of us. During those times, silence makes its own sound as we pause and allow ourselves to be enveloped in the shroud of impenetrable density. We may even feel as if we can do nothing but be still and await what is to be revealed. Yet, even within the thickest fog, we can be assured that it will eventually burn off as the sun's rays infiltrate the veil. Once they do so, we can anticipate how the light and warmth will bring us welcome relief from the cold. As the sun continues to disperse the fog, our surroundings become illuminated, and we have the opportunity to continue onward. Okay, so basically there may have been some kind of confusion, or there may have been just something where you feel like, man, like there's some puzzle piece that's missing, and I almost wish I knew what the next thing was supposed to be. I feel for a lot of you some kind of block is being revealed or released in this full moon energy. Hence, the action is coming in. You know where you're going to invest your energy, your time, your efforts, your talents, your finances. Something is being lifted or something is being revealed, and you're like, aha, there it is. And so for a lot of you, I do think it's going to have to do with your physical comforts, your finances, your home, your physical relationships. I feel a lot of it is in the physical realm. Scorpio, sometimes we can go into very deep places. We can go into very philosophical places that cause us to disconnect from our body and cause us to be in that whirlwindy, mental fog energy. And so I feel there's a lot of grounding that's going to be happening for many Scorpios towards the end of the week. All right, my darlings, be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks are going to resonate with you more than others. You might need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do, my dears. I'm actually having a special. I'm having an October sale since I'm an October baby, like some of you. It's a little birthday sale. So the 60-minute phone calls and the 30-minute phone calls are going to be 50% off. You can still request the video readings. I'm still doing those, but the phone readings are on sale because sometimes it's really fun to connect with you all by the phone. You can pick up a lot in somebody's voice. It's kind of nice to be able to have you on the phone because as I'm doing the reading, you have a chance to jump in and say, well, wait a minute, that makes me wonder about this, or that makes me wonder about that. And so you don't necessarily have to go and book another reading. Don't get me wrong. I love you guys booking readings. I like reading for you. But sometimes when you're on the phone, you have a chance to jump in and ask different questions or ask, what I might be saying or get clarity on something. So I like to do the phone readings because I feel it's a really great way to connect. But, I like doing the other stuff too, so if you prefer the other way, that's fine too. Usually the 60-minute readings are 100. For October, they'll be 50. Usually the 30-minute readings are 50. They'll be 25. So go ahead and click on there if you'd like to schedule. And if you wanted a love reading, guys, those of you who don't know, I do love readings separate on this channel, but you can click on the link in the description of the video, and it will take you to the love videos for October. I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a fabulous week, my darlings.